Back at Richmond with our Chevy rock and roll leaderboard. How the cars carrying the rock and roll group's paint schemes are faring tonight. Some pretty good, and some not too good.
Yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish with Michael Waltrip, some problems. Bill?
Bill would be checking out a story for us.
Okay, good.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. off pit road first.
One thing I noticed about the 8 car there, their rotors were not glowing, which is good. I mean, they're running fast and not hard on the brakes.
You wish to say, Mr. Weber?
Yeah, I was busy talking to some of the guys on the A team, and in fact, here are some of those guys.
Tony Urey Sr., crew chief, Kannapolis, North Carolina.
B. Hoover, windshield tear-off, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Dan Earnhardt, front tire carrier, Kannapolis, North Carolina. Phil Drive, front tire changer, Concord, North Carolina.
Kevin Pennell, Jackman, Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Troy Prince, rear tire carrier, York, Maine. Jay Guarneri, rear tire changer, Naples, Florida. My name is Jeff Clark. I'm the gas man, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Bill Snyder, catch can, Oswego, New York.
They got it done. Kept their man out in front. Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Terry Labonte, and Matt Kenseth, the top 5. Rest of the top 10, Jeff Burton, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Ward Burton, and Ryan Newman. 25 cars on the lead lap, and we are just past halfway.
Tell you what, that 24 car really looks good on the after a tire change for the first few laps.
Well, don't forget, Dave said they made some adjustments to try to get the tightness out of that car, so we'll see if they went the right way.
Tony Stewart, after his spin, 1 lap down, 27th place. Bill Elliott back on track after time in the garage, 96 laps down, 42nd place. Christian Fittipaldi back to the garage after just a couple of laps on the track at a reduced speed. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Burton, 5th and 6th place.
The last time off turn 4, Burton was the same spot, and got that car very loose trying to get by 17. This time, he continues on in front of 17, takes over the 5th position.
Tell you what, another night, Matt Kenseth making a good night out of a bad night. He brought out the caution at lap 85, restarted 39th at the end of that yellow. That was 5th. When the caution came out a minute ago, restarted 5th after his pit crew did their job.
Jeff Gordon is good. He drives on the inside of Junior. But he's not able to get that car down in the corner deep enough to do the slide job.
Gordon led most of the early laps of this race. In fact, he's led the most laps tonight, 2 occasions for 90 laps. Next highest total, Dale Jr., who's led 41.
Just right at the left rear quarter, but just can't need almost to get to the door.
Dave, is there saying the 24 changes were good?
They are good, and this car, as Jeff goes for the lead down the front straightaway, and looks like he's going to get it in turn 1. You might remember this car. Bugs Bunny was on it last year. Remember what happened in practice after qualifying?
No.
Yeah, it wrecked, Doc. It wrecked.
Yeah.
And so they fixed that car, and this is the same one. It's good here at Richmond.
Dave, you're not going to start doing your Elmer Fudd imitation, are you, Dave? That was last year.
No, that was Marvin the Martian, not Elmer Fudd.
Oh, that's right.
He's still fighting for it, guys. He doesn't have it yet, does he?
No.
He might have it now, though.
Yeah, he's far enough this time through the corner.
Oh!
Well, but this is where he needs to be getting in a 3.
Junior would not give it up. I thought Gordon had it, but Junior would not give it up.
There are 105,000 seats here at Richmond. They're all empty right now because everybody's standing up watching Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. race for the lead. Junior hangs on. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had led only 5 laps in the last 4 Richmond races prior to tonight, but despite only leading 5 laps in those races, he finished 3rd twice and 4th once. Of course, he won here the May 2001 race. Still holding off Jeff Gordon is Dale Jr. Bill.
And in a car that he really likes, Alan. This is a car they race a lot. It's been here 4 or 5 times. They've used it at Loudon. They used it at Homestead. Tony Uri Jr. and Tony Sr. told me earlier today they really didn't work much on this car. No major changes since they got here. They just kind of massaged it to get it to the point where Jr. was happy. So far, so good.
And so good for the fans, too. I just love this racetrack's layout. Since they opened it in 1988, we've seen this kind of racing. Side by side, lap after lap. It's terrific.
Well, the outside here is one of those places where if you're driving on the outside, you can drive in deep and keep the grip. The inside of the racetrack is obviously the shortest way around, and it's usually the quickest. But you get great racing like this because you can drive the car on the outside and you can drive it in hard.
Like Tony Stewart said last night in our NASCAR Busch Series broadcast when he joined Wally and I, memo to future racetrack builders. This is the deal.
Yeah, this is terrific. Why would you want anything but something like this?
Great racing. Bobby Labonte trying to close in while those front two knock around. And Jeff Burton hanging in there with him. I guess he didn't have a flat, huh? That was earlier, I know, but he hung in there.
A little contact there is...
I think Jeff's car probably a little bit quicker than Earnhardt if he can get by him. Got a pretty good run right there.
Oh, man. Squeeze play was right.
Okay, I've had enough of this. Coming through. Jeff Gordon out in front. Do we put Earnhardt Jr. on the list of angry drivers?
I think he's probably a little bit mad right now, but see if Junior will drive away from him now. Because like I said, I thought the car was a little bit better than the 8 car right now. We'll see.
Asked your opinions earlier with our Singular Wireless Race Talk poll about should there be more, less, or just about right as far as the number of night races on the Winston Cup schedule. A lot of you said more.
More, yeah. I figured I would be in the minority, but again, all the local tracks, a lot of local tracks around the country run on Saturday night, and I just hate for us to be competing with them, is my only contention.
On the other side of the coin, there is a school of thought that says if local Saturday night racing is as good as it can be, the presentation when you get to the racetrack and so on, that the people will come anyway.
I hope they will.
Because they make VCRs for this stuff. Johnny Benson and Jimmy Johnson here, VP.
Right behind Jimmy Spencer. That's 11th, 12th, 13th.
Spencer went up the racetrack a couple laps ago and lost a couple spots over in turn 2. He really had his hands full there for second. Jimmy Johnson, one of those teams, you know, that they've really just have kind of been so-so all weekend. They really haven't had that kind of solid up-front weekend that we see them so often do. Qualified 26th. He's just been middle of the pack most of the night. Holding off Benson for now. We're back in 12th and 13th places. Well behind his teammate Jeff Gordon.
And Mike Wallace joins that battle.
And Earnhardt got back up to the 24 car.
Yeah, that 8 car was tight, but it's getting a little bit better now the longer they go, Wally.
And he's probably a little bit motivated, too, Phil.
I think motivation is the biggest thing he has going for him right now.
Headstrong, headstrong.
I just wondered if he'll squeeze Jeff a little bit just to say, hey, that wasn't cool.
If he gets a chance, he will. He might, coming off turn 4.
I don't know if Jeff will give him that chance.
Just can't say that. And again, everybody in the house on their feet here at Richmond. Up the lap, Dave Blaney.
Junior's car gets in through the center so strong. I mean, that's what's really better than Jeff Gordon right now. It gets in the corner and gets through the center, just closing right up on the back of the 24 car.
You know, we heard a lot of worry about his crew, about his brakes earlier. Because he's such a hard charger into the corner, I would suspect he would be a little tough on him.
But I tell you what, see, there's 17 cars. You see those rotors glowing, but they're not really glowing on the 8 car.
Bobby Labonte in 4th. Matt Kenseth trying to take it from him. Jeff Gordon holding off Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the top spot for now. Got 177 laps to go in the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 at Richmond.